Hello, sports movie fans, and welcome to Locker Room Flicks Podcast. I am your host, Frank Sullivan, and with me is my co-host, Frank Dong. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Good day today. Been raining on and off, but still gets sunny too. Still humid though. Still humid and hot here. Hope it's a little cooler when Maria comes.
We went to farmers market yesterday in Wallingford,
right?
And there's a park right next to it. There's like a kids park, so we were going to go to the park afterwards. And
right.
It was so hot and humid. Not humid, but it was hot. I was like, we were there for, I don't know, we were there at the park for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. I was like, let's go. We were going to go to another park, but then she fell asleep. So we got, let's just head back home and we just kind of hung out and watched a few things. But
how'd you do in the fair? The North Haven Fair. How was it?
Oh, North Haven Fair. I don't know if we talked about it, but
no,
yeah,
we
she
didn't.
was.
No, you just said
she was good. Let me tell you, the North Haven Fair is perfect. It's. I mean, for us, it's close.
Yep.
Got there early. It's. They covered a lot of ground, and it's not a big area. Like I don't know if you go into like. The Berlin Fair is it's big.
Yeah, it is.
There's a few other fairs where it's kind of they do a lot of walking.
It's too big. Some of them. Yeah,
it's just small. Especially, I mean, now that like the Big E's on right now. My sister went opening weekend on Friday, which was wild.
Right.
But it gets to it's like it's funny because it gets you ready for the fall.
Yeah, I know.
That gets you that feeling, but like but depending on when you go, it's like it's so hot. You know.
I know.
Like we want to go apple picking at Lyman Orchards,
right?
And maybe do one of the corn mazes or some of the stuff like that.
That's fun.
But we're trying to find a day where it's warm, it's cooler.
I know. I agree with you.
It's too hot.
Yeah,
it is. You're like miserable. Especially you're out in the fields with picking apples. Like I'm not trying to do that. So
90 degrees out.
Yeah, we're gonna check and see. We'll see the weather, and maybe we'll go.
Yeah,
I know we got a lot of appointments coming up. I know Mason's got some. She's got a vet.
I know all about that stuff. Yeah, they're more expensive than the kids.
I know, and I think she's got two appointments coming up. Or got OB, and then they do the anatomy scan. So they scan everything.
Yeah.
I think that's next Friday, so I think I'm going to go to that because I get out early, so that should be fun. Make sure everything's good. But
see, here the fairs are in the winter, so
that makes sense.
They're in February, March. Yeah, well, it's nice out. That's why. That's why they have them.
Yeah, I know.
That's when the fairs are here.
But yeah, but other than that, everything else is good. Everything going with you? Anything coming up?
Good. I just got
Maria. You coming down to visit?
Yeah, Maria's coming, and I tell you, Robert for the day because he's going on the cruise, and then Maria will be there the next week. Yeah. So we're all set. We got our.
Is she going
tickets.
with Jerry going too?
Yeah, he's going too. He's going because he's going to a softball tournament.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he'll be coming. She'll be coming. He'll be here till probably Wednesday afternoon, and then he'll go up there, and probably be up there until he's done playing. And then
this coming week.
No. It starts on they come
October.
in the 5th, and he starts his softball on the 12th. He starts his practice and games. Yeah.
Wow.
So Maria will be with us probably some of the days. Some days she won't, but we'll have Chloe the whole time. So I'll be running ragged probably. So.
I know. Huh?
Yeah, and I just my lease was up. Remember I told you I was looking for a car. So what I got was this is just a temporary car. I got a 2015 Buick Encore. It's like a small SUV.
Okay.
I didn't really want an SUV, but it's small. This car. It's got 107,000 miles on it, but it's immaculate. Whoever had it in the garage.
Really?
It's beautiful. So we got that, and I just got to bring my other car back. So I got 3 cars in the driveway right now. I got to bring the other one back and trade that. Turn it back.
Yeah. So
that's good. So
you guys get to the point where you both retired, semi-retired. You only really. I mean, you could. It's nice to have the 2 cars, but I mean, you can get away with.
You could probably
with one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't really get the car I want yet. That's why I'm just waiting until my situation's better. Then I'm gonna.
Yeah,
this is nice. This is a nice little car. Linda loves it. So that's
nice.
I'll drive this. She says, okay.
Very good.
So that's it. So that's what we just did. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
We ended up getting this wagon for Stella. It's Jeep wagon. It's a Cadillac of your wagons.
Is it?
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's big. It folds up well, and it's good. We used it yesterday. It was nice.
So you can pull her in it. You're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Got the straps.
Yeah.
You can do 2 of them. But yeah,
That's
no, it's
fun.
nice. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Want to get into the movie?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
All right.
Break it down.
Here we go. Introduction to the movie. It's called Next Goal Wins.
Mm-hmm.
Release date was November 17th, 2023. Box office info had a budget of $14 million, opening weekend $2.5 million, and it grossed $18.6 million.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Directed by Taika Waititi, that also directed Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Starring Michael Fassbender as Thomas Rongen, Oscar Kiteley as Tavita, Will Arnett as Alex Magnuson. These names are fun. Elizabeth Moss as Gale, David Fane as Ace, Kamana as Jaya Sulu, Rachel House as Ruth, and Bula Cole as Daru Tamu. There's some other people in it.
We're going to butcher some of these names.
Yeah,
exactly. Hopefully we'll do the best we can.
Simple synopsis, and this is based on a true story. I should have said that.
Yes.
The story of the infamously terrible American Samoa soccer team. I didn't know nothing about this. Known for a brutal 2001 FIFA match, they lost 31-0. It had 1 nomination, and the runtime was 1 hour and 44 minutes. I watched it on Peacock. You watched it on Hulu?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know it was on Peacock. Cool.
Yeah, it was on a bunch of things. Yeah.
I saw that this was coming out. I think it was like last year when it did, and again, it was in theaters, and I wasn't quite sure, and I wanted to. I was like, oh, I'm trying. You know how I'm trying to cycle in these different movies.
I know. You did a good job. This is a good movie.
No,
we'll have some fun with this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next thing, our best part of the podcast, Frank's 5 fun facts. See what you got there, buddy.
And again, it wasn't too much on this. Again, these are newer movies. It's hard to find stuff.
It is.
So I only really got like 2. So I guess in certain soccer stunts scene, for Jaya, right?
Yes, Jaya. Yeah.
Was performed by the real Jaya herself, actually.
Yes, the real one. Yeah.
And my other second fact, the film was shot in November and December of 2019. But what was? I'm sorry. It would have Armie Hammer. Is that how you say his name?
When marked Armie, Hammer's final role.
Before numerous rape and abuse allegations were made against him. But after Hammer was dropped from the acting agency and publicists, the movie required reshoots, which basically Hammer stepped out and Will Arnett replaced him.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, that's interesting. There,
I've seen him too in a few things, and I didn't know about. I didn't either. I know. This was shot in 2019, so it was just a while ago.
He's a pretty good actor, Hammer too. But I didn't know he had all that stuff going on. I had no idea. Yeah.
Is he? I don't know if he's. I probably should have looked to see if he's in jail or what happened.
I have no idea, but I saw that. So Will Arnett's very similar to him. So they.
Oh yeah. Very, very true.
Yeah, so he just slid in there. So that's whatever. But yeah.
And that's all I really have. I have one other really fact about the Samoan war dance, which you see them,
interesting. What do you got?
You see them do. It's called the Manu Savi Teu.
Okay.
So hopefully I didn't butcher that. But it's performed by Samoan sporting teams before each match. The national rugby team used to perform this tradition. It was prior to 1991 of the World Cup. The Manu war chant was composed. It was basically considered a more effective at psyching up the opponent. There's a little bit. I have a little bit of the words actually too. I won't read the whole thing because it's
right. No, go ahead.
It's actually not as long as I let's see. Starts out again. This is in English.
Okay.
I'm not going to read the Samoan language because I won't be able to.
I agree.
But just to give you an idea on what they're saying, Samoa, ready for the war, fight fiercely, work to achieve the Manu. Let's go. The Manu Samoa, may you succeed in your mission. The Manu Samoa, may you succeed in your mission. The Manu Samoa, here we have come. There is no other Manu team anywhere. It's almost done. Here I come completely prepared. My strength is at its peak. Make move and move aside because the Manu is unique. And then it goes, the Manu Samoa, the Manu Samoa, the Manu Samoa reigns from Samoa, the Manu. So that's to give you an idea of the Little Warcraft.
I'm glad you did that. No, that's a really good thing because I heard it. Me and Linda were trying to say, I wonder if this. I know they have very things over there, very certain, they're very religious. They're very it. And I figured it was real, but I'm glad you told me what it meant because I had no idea, and it was. I really enjoyed that part of it. It was really cool.
And I'm sure in English and Samoan language, you know how sometimes you interpret it's a little bit different.
That's good.
But
that's
just
good.
to give you a little bit of an idea. But because, like I said, when you have a real big Samoan team saying that, it's pretty wild.
It's pretty wild. Yeah.
That's all I got for this one.
But I mean, you got to remember too. I've noticed. You notice the true stories. A lot of times we don't have a lot of trivia.
Yeah,
a lot of true stories. We don't have a lot of trivia. A lot of them on some of them. I don't know why, but we don't. This movie was good. It was actually. I'm going to tell you something. Listen, when
funny.
You said it, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was very. It was hard. It was very heartfelt too. It's good. Very well done.
It took me a little by surprise too. Did you look up any of the? I know sometimes you dig into the real people and real characters. Did you do any of that?
Well, we might as well
start with that.
Go off to the top. Michael Fassbender, as we know him as Magneto, and a lot of other people. He played Thomas Ranjan. Thomas Ranjan had a great career as a coach. He coached in all kinds of. I don't have it in front of me, but in all kinds of different. Leagues and stuff and everything. And he did come back actually to coach them this year. I don't know they did, but he coached them this year. He came back. He was only there for the 2011. That's all he was there for that season.
Gotcha.
And then he went on to do other stuff. And guess what? This will blow your mind. He coached the Tampa Bay Rowdies that are down here in Tampa Bay.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, recently he did it. Yeah, I didn't even know. So he is I didn't know this. He's a famous coach of soccer. So he knows his stuff. Did you see the end of it where he is in there with them?
Yeah, they show real footage. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that's the part I read about him. But so he's got a great career. As far as the other part of it, the craziness, I don't know about that, but I wouldn't doubt it. Those guys are usually they're a little bit off the wall anyway. So. But yeah, that Bula Cole as Daru Tamua, his son in the movie, not Ragan's son. The other guy's son, he was in Hawaii Five-0 in the last 3 seasons. That's how I know him from. Yeah, he's a good actor. I like him. Yeah, he's a beast too. He's a beast.
Will Arnett was a funny replacement, and then even Elizabeth Moss, who plays Gail, she's a good actress. I don't say his ex-wife, but she's been in a ton of things. Did you watch the show The Handmaid's Tale with her?
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that's an interesting show.
That's a very, very interesting show. Yeah, she's excellent in that. Yeah, very good. Good pick on that. Yeah, and how about Kamana that plays Jay Lasulu? I think she's a transgender. That's what I was trying.
Yeah, I went to look her up.
It's real. It's real. It's real.
Yeah,
she really is.
Let me tell you something. She had me fooled for a minute.
I know.
I know. And I think they because when she first comes out on the field and Michael Fassbender, when his character sees her for the first time,
right?
He almost plays it like he's like, who's this girl coming? You know what I mean?
I agree with you. I agree. And probably in real life it was the same way, if you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. The real coach, yeah. And absolutely. I don't know if you realize Kamana that plays that part is also a transgender. So
yeah, I would assume. Yeah,
she's playing the part of a person that is. So I thought that was pretty cool myself. Whatever. The world is different today, so I have no problem with that. Hey, she can play too. She can play.
Oh, I know. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see. Like you said, there's a lot. There's not that much in this, but the movie itself is very good. I like the cop, Semu. I'm just going to tell you what his name is
he was
because
funny.
I wrote these down. Semo Filippo is his real name. He was Rambo. He was funny. Nikki Salupu comes back, the goalie. Luke Hemsworth, one of their brothers, Hemsworth's brothers. He was the Keith. He's the one that came with that other guy from Australia.
Oh, was he? Huh?
Yeah, that's Luke Hemsworth. That's Chris and.
I mean,
it looks like him. He's just smaller though.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Armani Makawa, the little fat kid that was bringing.
Oh, I know. What an interesting character. Huh?
I thought those were all, those are good parts. But I love that Rambo guy. He plays the sound on the yes, his thing's broken on the cop car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that was funny as hell. How about that beating they took in the beginning? They show you.
Oh, I know. I mean,
it's
true. Embarrassing. Yeah, I know.
God.
What am I going to say? We could talk about the action. The action was really good. I mean, it was a lot of soccer play, a lot of action like that.
Yeah, it was very well done. All the workouts and climbing the mountain, I thought was pretty cool.
That was actually really cool.
It was.
On that mountain.
I'm sure they did it. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they did it too. I think a lot of that's real. Because I don't know if you realize, you watch the beginning of the movie, it says, I like this because they cover themselves. It's based on true events. So it doesn't mean the whole thing was,
we all know. They put a lot of stuff in there. Have you ever been, you've never been to Hawaii, have you?
Always wanted to go. I haven't been there yet, no.
You're watching this movie makes you feel like booking your trip, right?
I know. Gonna get there. Probably Italy first before we go there, but
yeah.
But it was sad about his daughter that passed away. That's a true story. That's true.
It is true. It's funny how you didn't really catch it till almost the end.
You're right.
Because he's just playing. She's just playing the voicemail, which I just assumed he wasn't.
I know
he wasn't listening. Well, he wasn't picking up her calls.
No.
And then Elizabeth Moss, her character, mentioned something like it's been 2 years or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh. And I was like, that's where it goes.
I know. And that's a true story. Yeah.
Let's talk about that because I mean, to lose a child. I
think she was 19.
A daughter or lose a child is quite traumatic, and
that's hard.
Sometimes people don't recover from it.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why he was the last couple of years. I was wondering how true that was. Had that anger in him. I don't know. I wouldn't see why not. I mean, that would do it.
Because they portray him as like alcoholic. He hasn't been the same. He becomes a very unlikable character.
Very unlikable. Yes.
Very mean. Very just. Yes. He didn't really care. He was just there just to kind of buy his time. And then they kind of do a 180, and even throughout the whole thing, he kind of at the last scene, he just kind of decides to bail on him.
I know. I didn't expect that in the end.
No, I didn't either. And he calls what's her face, Nicole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know, but it's sad. Again, it's some people just don't ever recover.
No, that's true. That's a good point.
You've seen other movies and stuff where it destroys marriages, it destroys families.
Oh, yeah, I know. It does.
God bless. Well, knock on wood, that doesn't ever happen to us. But
yeah, I know. That's horrible. Let's not forget that one of the main characters in here, Oscar Kitely, that plays Tavita. Yeah, he's the guy he's the guy that's the father of Adaro Tamua.
Yeah.
He's in a big part of that whole movie. He's such a nice. I'll tell you, I think these people really are that way. Mm-hmm. They're so nice because you know why? They don't have anything. These people. You see that there?
Yeah, they don't. He shows it. They don't have much.
Very poor. Very poor. That's really a shame. It's sad to see a culture like that, but it's our true culture, you know.
But I don't want to say it doesn't look like they're suffering. You know what I mean?
I mean they're used to it.
They're used to it, and they make do with what they have, and it almost looks like they're happy with what they have.
Oh no, I think they are. No, I think, but you hear what the girl said, and I guess that's a true story. You know, she says it. Kamana says, "Yeah, there's nothing here for me. I can't go anywhere here." She wants to go to school. I don't know what happened to her after that. I'm sure she went somewhere. Yeah. The real girl. But I mean, she wanted to move on, and I don't blame her. And that's what happens a lot of those. That's why a lot of those people move away.
Yeah.
We got people at our store that came from Morocco. They just got in their plane and left their family and made something to themselves here because there's nothing there for them.
Unless you're going to become like a fisherman or a farmer or something that kind of like where you can kind of thrive over there. It's like
exactly.
Yeah, you're right. There is nothing over there. She's a waitress at a. She was a waitress at a restaurant, which, let's be honest, wasn't that big of a.
And she always will be, Frank, if she didn't get out of there. So it's whatever you know. But them older people, they're there. They're not going nowhere. You know, they're gonna stay. I guess that's the red football scarf Roggen hangs on his coat rack while decorating his new home is AFC Ajax, a famous Dutch football club from the town of birth of Amsterdam. So they got some different things in there. And then the hat is Virginia Commonwealth, the hat from his university, from his daughter that he wore. Gotcha. Remember he wore that hat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's his daughter's hat. Yeah, yep. But let's talk about Watiki, too. Taika Waititi, that's actually a priest. He's the priest in there.
You're right.
He's in his own movie. He might even make appearances in Love and Thunder.
I feel like he does.
I've seen and Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Those are two good movies. They really are. And they're funny, too. They're funny and they're serious at the same time. Yeah.
Well, and I'll say it's sad to say, but I'm sure he gets – a lot of those people, they all get typecasted.
They do. I agree.
Lion. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but unfortunately, you know, I was looking at one of the other guys let me see here. What's his face? Oscar Knightley. He did a voice in Moana. I mean,
yeah.
He's Hawaiian. There's a certain type. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just. I wonder if, like, I don't want to say if Hawaiian people find. I don't know if they find this movie offensive or anything. You know what I mean? I'm kind of. I mean, it's not like they make fun of them or anything like that. It's just, but certain. I don't know.
I don't know. You don't. Yeah, I agree with you totally. I agree. You're right. And remember too, the WWE and a lot of the wrestling has a lot of Samoan people in it. Mm-hmm. Now I don't know if that's American Samoa, but it's one of the Samoas. I didn't realize there was two of them. There's Samoa that has more people. I think it's more the culture's higher up.
Yeah.
And then American Samoa is a smaller island.
Gotcha.
So I didn't realize that, but a lot of the wrestlers come from that. And you remember Korg from Ragnarok. He goes,
okay, yeah.
Another Doug. Remember another Doug?
Yeah.
That's Taika Waititi that does that voice.
Is he? Yeah,
they all sound like Korgs. If you listen to it, they all sound like Korgs. Every one of them.
Yeah, I know. Well, and either too, like I said, the budget wasn't too much. So, I wonder if they could have. Michael Fassbender. I mean, he played a good role. I mean, I don't want to say he's not someone I would consider like. I'm gonna do a movie. I'm not gonna, he's a very B actor.
Right.
I know he's been in a bunch of stuff, but and that role had to be kind of hard to play because, this is a comedic movie.
Yeah, it was.
But it was very serious. It had some serious moments.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're right, but.
He had to play he plays a jerk for most of the movie.
Yeah, he does. He's out of his comfort zone. But here's the other side of it because I did a little homework on it. Mm-hmm. You realize he had a German father and an Irish mother.
Yep, looking at it now.
He comes from Germany. Mm-hmm. Okay, he also loves soccer.
I believe that's probably one of the main reasons they selected the role.
And when he got this opportunity, he says, "I'm going to do something I never do." Compared to all my other movies, just like you had said. I'm going to come out of my comfort zone, but I love soccer. I'm going to enjoy this. And he did. I bet you had a ball doing it. So
Sure.
You're right. I agree totally with you. It's not what you would think of him doing it.
No.
I agree totally. But
you look at his movies, he said he was a Magneto. He was all these, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know. I think a lot of that kicking you've seen him doing and all that stuff is him. I don't think it's his
I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's interesting. That's a good point. You're right. Let's see here. Who else?
What do you think I don't know if it was like racist or not. It was like, he says fitness and discipline. He's like, you're Daniel-san and I'm Mr. Miyagi.
I thought that was awesome.
It was funny, but I'm like, is that? I mean, this is supposed to be what? And again, I don't know. This is supposed to be 2001, right? Didn't that movie come out like early 80s?
No. Oh yeah, but 2000. This movie was 2011. But you're saying
correct?
Well, not the movie is. This is 2000.
Not the movie. But, yes.
Mm-hmm. But what were you saying? I'm sorry. What did you say?
So he's referencing Karate Kid.
Okay. That's a long time ago. That's
what I mean. So
yeah,
in the movie itself, that takes place in what 2001.
Yeah, I think yes, 2001. Yes.
So to reference, I don't know. It just seemed like a weird.
I know.
I was like, that movie came out a long time ago. You know what I mean?
I know, but
it's funny.
I think everybody. I don't know, man. That people watch that movie. I think they know what it's all about. How about when they're doing wax on, wax off?
I know.
When they're running.
Yeah.
That was interesting anyways. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they threw it in there, but I thought it was pretty funny. And then they had the jerseys, 1 and 2.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it had a lot of funny moments and a lot of subtlety moments too. With like he's driving him into his place and he's driving like the shuttle bus.
Yes,
and he's got like the microphone, like he's giving out tours, like a tourist.
I love it.
There's a lot of very subtle. He's like, and he's got like what 4 or 5 jobs. He's like, well, it's a small island.
Yes. But you notice the lessons he learned from the guy that played Tavita. Mm-hmm. The guy that plays Tavita. All the lessons he learned, you didn't think about it. He wasn't saying them to him. that's what they do there. Remember when he's eating that soup and it's this and that, and he must have said, "Oh, this is going to be horrible." It was delicious.
Yeah,
but he learned. I think throughout the movie, he learned that there's a lot of things here about these people, and you have to go a different route. And I think he finally figured that out in the end. They said, "Have fun in the end." Remember, after you came back, let's just have fun. Just go out there and have some fun. And that is a true story. They did score the 2 goals to beat that team.
Nice. Yep.
And they actually have a pretty good team right now. Actually,
really.
So they got a pretty good team. They've done pretty well. I mean, nothing. I don't know what. Thing
but they're not like
No, they're not 31-0. No, gotcha. 31-0. You realize that's the same goalie that led up to 31 goals.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's wild.
It is wild, yeah. But it was. I loved it. I love the. But that was really heartfelt with the thing with his. Remember, he's doing that in the locker room with them. The story. Yeah. Remember, that was tough. Mm-hmm. It was tough to watch. That was one of the tougher parts.
I felt bad for what's her Jaya when she says she's like, I stopped taking my hormone medication so that I could play better and more like a man, which is like I know. She's like, I don't feel like myself anymore. I know.
Remember go ahead. That's 2001 too.
That's what I was going to mean. Is like
that's 23 years ago.
They were so accepting of it.
Yeah.
At least the Samoans were. Because you see the other teams are all were she was basically the brunt of the jokes, but you're right. It was 2001.
Exactly.
I mean, it was a long time ago.
That was horrible. Mm-hmm. I like that face off when they do that though. That was cool. I thought.
Yeah. See when they were like blowing, they were hissing and they were like blowing kisses and stuff.
I was dying.
Yeah.
That was fun, like a snake.
Yeah. What was the other thing?
I'm trying to see what else is here. Let's see.
He's like a drawing. His wife says a drawing of boobs are a gateway to the real thing.
Oh, that was
so. Nice little throwaway line.
I thought that was funny. I got boobs on my face, and the lady. Remember, his wife says, "Whose boobs are those?"
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I was reading this. I didn't know this. when they lost 31-0, some of the team's players had never played a full 90-minute match before the match with Australia.
Wow.
So you run out of gas.
Oh,
you played 90 minutes, man.
Yeah.
That soccer is tough. I'm not a big soccer fan, but that's a tough game, man. Real tough.
You see when he's watching Any Given Sunday and he's writing down the speech. He's copying like word. Yeah, and the guy says that he's like that's Any Given Sunday.
Oh my God! How about when he's driving in the bus with him and he goes, speed limit is 25. Don't go over it. That's what we do here. He says the bicycles are going back.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if I got anything else really. I mean, we pretty much covered most of the movie. The ending though, I'll say I kind of, because they showed two things, so I kind of wish they ended it this way. So you know how he's climbing up to the mountain, and he's hearing the voicemail. Mrs. Michael Fassbender.
Right.
His character's climbing up to the mountain, and he finally gets there, and he's sitting down. I wish they ended it right there. You pan it on him. I
agree with you.
And I think you end it right there. I don't know. I guess I don't want to say it's like you don't want to end on a bad note, but it's almost like if they played him kind of almost at peace now. I think it would have played a little bit better because then they have the scene afterwards where they're in the water, they're kind of playing around. I don't know. I thought it would. That's just my opinion. I guess.
Yeah. How about when they carry him down? I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They carry him down into the water. I know they don't really carry him. They carry him down a little bit, and they probably just say cut, and then they bring him in. But I thought that was a pretty cool scene. But they were pretty bad. To get back to the movie a little bit, they were bad. They were bouncing balls off each other, going in the net. And that big kid. How about the big guy?
Oh, the goalie was just there, and then they're like, "Okay, well, you're done. Thanks." They still kept him on the team, though.
They did keep him, though. They did keep him.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I agree with you there, though. And then the priest. That's Taiki. What's his name? Yeah, Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Well, he's got tough names. He does the thing in the end. I don't think you really needed that, but whatever.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the time was pretty good. I mean, it was an hour 44 minutes. I mean,
it was.
That was solid. But yeah, like I said, it seemed like although the soccer team was the whole premise, it seemed like this is more about his Michael or his whatever his real name is. It's about his struggle, with coping and trying to turn his life around. You know. Well,
and also look at they all loved him when he won the game though. Mm-hmm. Will Arnett and everybody. They're all his buddies now. A minute ago they wanted to kill him. They wanted to get rid of him. So I mean that was another part of it. Don't forget in the beginning, not to get back to the beginning. In the beginning, he's sitting there. I don't even know who he is at the time.
You're right. Yep.
I know he is the coach because I know I read it. But I didn't know who those people were. I just thought it was some kind of a job that he got fired from. But no, he was getting fired from the job itself for soccer. So they sent him there for retribution. Hopefully he could get his act together. And that's what ended up happening. They didn't send him there like Linda said, she made a good point. They didn't send him there to be a soccer coach. They sent him there to find himself, like you just said, to get over that whole situation. He was never going to get that where he was. But
I know.
So, and I guess it really happened that way. I guess that's the way the movie put it. So I guess this guy today is better off. What happened? He accepted his daughter's death and moved on. I guess so.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I got anything else. I didn't like they have one of the things I guess I didn't like is
what's that?
Is the color of the jerseys. They were both kind of red, and I wish they picked a different color. The other team, the opposite team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I agree.
Not that it was confusing, but I don't know. It seemed like a clash on film.
I know. I was hoping it'd be a little different. It makes
that's just me nitpicking, I guess.
Yeah. Besides that, like I said, lot of the traditions in there. We learned a lot. I learned a lot of things. A lot of traditions.
Yeah.
In there. How about we didn't talk about one of the main things in it? Really, how about when they have the stoppage? They all kneel.
Yeah,
I didn't know nothing about that, and I'm sure it's true.
I didn't know either. I meant to look more into it, and I just never got a chance to.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says the whole island stops.
I believe it. Well, I know in Italy and those countries like Spain, I guess lunchtime don't even exist there because I think from like 11 to 1, it's like you have, what do you call that? You have a
Oh yeah,
in Spain, what do they call it?
I'll say a siesta or
no, I know, I can't think of the word, but that's real. I don't know how much it's real, but in certain parts of Europe they do that. So everybody like just rests.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't know, but that was a nice part of it too in there. And he had no clue about that. And how would he know? I mean, really, give the guy a break. He doesn't know the customs there.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it was very good. I enjoyed it. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It had a little bit of everything: seriousness, fun.
Yeah.
It was good. Characters are very well done. The Samoan people that played in it, and they are actors. A lot of these people are in other movies. I mean, like you said, a lot of them are, what do you call it, actors?
Typecast. I think I saw one of the other guys is in Young Rock, that show on.
Oh yeah, right. I never saw that, and I wanted to see it.
Neither did I. I know.
I wanted to see it. I heard it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, I mean, you're gonna get typecast. Typecast. That's all.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, you want to go into the ratings then?
Yeah, we'll go.
Let's see. You want to go for what IMDb gave it? It's like a 6 something.
6.5.
So all right, 6.5. And again, this is a new movie. I mean, it came out last year.
Yeah. I like the cast. I thought it was very well. The time was good. I liked the movie. I really did. But I'm going to stay where it is, only because it's, I'm just going to stay where it is. It's not, this isn't Where Marshall, and it's not the Mother movies. This is a whole different thing. But I'm going to stay at 6.5. I'm going to stay. I thought that's a pretty nice number for that. You might be able to go a little higher, but I think 6.5 is good. I wouldn't go no lower. I think it was well done. So
I'm going to do the same. Again, I think it had a decent amount of soccer play.
Yep.
Was surprisingly funny.
It was.
I'm not a big Michael Fassbender fan. Not that I say I'm not a big fan of him. I haven't really seen him in that many movies. I really didn't get into any of the X-Men movies. I haven't seen X-Men since the first one, maybe the second one.
Right.
Just so he took me by surprise. However, he played. He was very good in this.
He was. He did a nice job.
But I'm going to go 6.5 as well.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm not going to go any further than that. As far as our next movie, we're going to have to figure that out.
Yeah.
You're
just going to pick it?
I think. I'm going to look. I got 3 in mind.
You just throw a poll in there. I mean, if you want.
I might do that too.
That's up to you.
I got 3 in mind. So I might just maybe I'll do a poll. And and then we'll take it from there.
Right.
And then we'll have our October movies, Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get into those.
I am
something different.
It is, yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. You got anything else before we wrap up?
No, but I just want to say that was Perfect Couples. Is that what that's called? Perfect Couples, that show.
Our extra, the extra innings segment. I actually do have something for you too.
Okay, Maria told me.
You watched it?
No, I didn't watch it yet. But Maria told me it's very good too. So we're gonna give it a shot and watch it. Yeah. Yep.
We got into another mini series for you.
Yeah.
It's called A Small Light.
A Small Light.
A Small Light. So it's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
It's basically follows one of the woman, a Dutch woman. But I don't want to give you a synopsis. I give you the synopsis or. What's it? I forget how to say her name, but it's a Dutch woman who risked her life to shelter Anne Frank's family from the Nazis for more than 2 years. So it's a true story.
Good.
I forget. I don't know how to say her name because it's a Dutch name, but
Anne Frank.
We got 2 episodes in, and it's pretty good. It's You got into Peaky Blinders, right?
Oh, I love Peaky Blinders. They're actually making a movie finally. They're finally going to make a movie. It's going to be a finale movie, if you know what I'm saying. It's going to
the guy who plays John Shelby.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about? So he's in this movie.
Oh, really?
And our boy Lee Schreiber is in this too.
Ooh,
he plays Anne Frank's father.
Excellent.
So
I like the story of Anne Frank. I wanted to read the book. They have a nice paperback on her.
I never read the book either, and you kind of know about the story. You kind of know obviously you know what happens.
Right.
But again, this is more about the woman and her husband, who's a guy from Peaky Blinders, how they're hiding her family and like the stuff, like more about her and her struggle and her battle of how to fight these people.
Well, I got it. Yeah. That's good. That sounds really good. Frank.
Yeah, we watched that. So we watched 2 episodes, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, excellent.
What a scary time to live in. Like, you were just saying, I was like, can you imagine? It's something's going to happen. They're talking about it. Oh, he won't come to, because they're in Amsterdam, I think.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Hitler won't come here.
Won't come here.
And then you see, if fast forwards a few years later.
Yeah, I know.
Oh shit, the Nazis are here.
Yeah,
and then it's like, well, we're going to try to leave the country. I couldn't even imagine what they went through.
The young people, not you. I don't mean you're not young, but I'm talking about the young people today. They wouldn't know what to do with any of this stuff. They'd run for their hills. They'd have their phones and throw them. They'd be all done. They wouldn't know what to do with it because they don't know anything about that. They don't care, and they don't think it can. They don't think it can happen. That stuff, and it can happen. No doubt about it. It could. It really could. Especially the apocalypse. That could happen. There's no doubt in my mind it could. Hope it never happens in our lifetime, or your lifetime, or Stella's. But it's people don't realize it. But we'd be screwed because they wouldn't do nothing. Yeah. They'd be running for the hills.
So there's that, a small light, and that's a series, and I'm going to give you a movie now because we watched this movie yesterday. It's called Civil War, and it's on HBO. And just to give you a little thing, it's about a civil war that takes place in the U.S.
Watch it. Yeah. I know the movie. I want to watch it. Yeah.
It's very good.
They do a good job.
It's about Kirsten Dunst is like the star, right? And she's a journalist, so she's taking pictures of the war and everything.
Cool.
And it was a wild movie.
Good. I'm looking
very good. It's an hour and 50 minutes, but it moves. It moves. There's a lot of action, and it was very good. So give that a shot too. But other than that, that's all I got right now. So
you're the best. All right.
Yep. All right. That's the ball game.